Alright, let's get started on this EDC look, and I'm gonna just tell you guys how I went through and kind of created the look. So mainly I wanted to look something for inspo for my outfit. So one of the persons I look for inspiration, which I truly love, is Midnight Weirdo Gabby. So this is the picture I took inspiration from. As you can tell, super cute, super vibrant. So that's the eye look right there. So that was the main inspiration I took from it, and I just went off with how I wanted to go based off of it. First things first, let me zoom you guys in. Alright, the first thing I really like to do is to draw my bottom of my eyebrows. So I'm just gonna do that off camera and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so eyebrows are done. I'm gonna use an OG, which is the Urban Decay Original Eyeshadow Primer Potion. It's the clear one. So I'm just spreading it around my eyes and just tapping it in, making sure I get it in my inner corner too. The palette I'm mainly going to be using is this palette right here, the BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival palette. You know, because it was EDC, I said, you know, I can't not use it. So first color we're gonna go into is Peluso, which is this color right here. So now all I'm doing is just packing it in the inner corner. First thing I'm doing is making sure I pack it and kind of tap back and forth, and then I blend it out. So I'm not gonna bring it in too close. I'm just making sure I like the way it looks, and I'm making sure I like the pigment. So you just keep making sure once you have it mostly blended out, all you're gonna do is really pack on the color to make it as vibrant as you want. So there you go. The next shade I'm using is Dippie, and it's this vibrant hot pink. And all I'm really doing is making sure I pack it into the outer corner. Okay, so the next color I'm using is Curfew, and I'm just going to pack it on with my BH Cosmetics 7 brush, and I'm just going to use it in the outer V. All I'm doing is packing this color. You want to just keep making sure you go back and forth with your brushes. Now with a clean blending brush, all I'm doing is just really melting all these colors away, making it seem a little bit more blended. Next color, with my Morphe 552, I am going to use the shade Spirit. It's like very light holographic color, and I'm going to put it all over my lid. Now going back with my BH Cosmetics brush, I'm going in with Swag again, just to blend it out a little bit. Just to blend out the outer corner, make it look a little bit more seamless, a little bit more blended out. And then you just keep going back and forth with both brushes. So everything, you know, everything just looks blended and it looks all pretty. So what I'm going to do is use the shade Magical, and I'm just going to put that on my brow bone. And when I told you don't worry about it, the brow bone highlight is just gonna make everything seem a little bit more smooth, a little bit more pretty, a little bit more pigmented. And on the outer corners, I'm just going to blend everything out with the brow bone highlight, just so it looks prettier. And everything looks a little bit more seamless, a little less edgy, you know, not too ugly. Next shade I'm using is for my inner corner, and I'm going to use the shade Neon, and I'm just packing that on the inner corner, make it as vibrant as possible. give it that extra zhuzh. And I did have a little bit of green in my EDC outfit, so this is why I decided to add the green. Alright, let's go into the face. So the main thing, the two primers that I really used were these two. So it is the Toofaced Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. And so this one is so fucking good. All night long it was matte. Like, I was not oily at any point. So all I did for my skincare was just to put this primer on my T-zone. The next step I did was, I have it in a Mercier packaging, but I used the RCMA loose powder, the translucent one, and all I did was just pack it into my T-zone. So before I put any foundation on, this is a staple for people who have oily skin. When you're doing your foundation prep, I think it's super important, and this makes you last it makes you matte all night, and you have to touch up less, which I personally love. So even though a bitch is trying to look matte in the T-zone, a bitch is trying to look dewy in the outer corners, you know, with my highlighter and everything. So I'm gonna use my Mercier Hydrating Primer, and I'm going to do that all around like my outer edges of my face. All I really need is like a dime size, and I like to put it under my eyes because my eyes like to get really, really dry. I don't really sweat, but I do get a lot of oily, like shine. I get a lot of shine in my face. This is like my main area where I have problems, you know, keeping it matte and all that. So this is all I did for EDC, and I kid you not, it lasted all night. The next step is foundation. Because it was not so hot, I decided that I was going to take pictures. I decided to go with my Makeup Forever HD Ultra HD foundation, the liquid one, in the color Y33 or 335. And I mixed it in with my stick foundations because I wanted a lot of coverage, and I wanted to, you know, I wanted to look good in pictures. So first thing I did was use my stick foundation in Y365. I'm just putting it where I normally highlight my face. And then with the foundation brush, I'm just really using this on the outer edges and in my neck, just to warm up my face a little bit. I truly, truly love the stick foundation, and I truly love the liquid foundation of the Makeup Forever HD. So I think these two are really nice combo. Now with the liquid foundation of the Ultra HD, I'm putting it on the back of my hand. I'm just using a Crown foundation brush, and I'm just putting it all over my face. And mainly I'm putting it in the center of my face and then going outward. Lately, I've been enjoying to put foundation with a foundation brush. It's really smoothing. I feel like it gives me such a nice even layer of foundation all over the face, because sometimes I feel like when I put it with my beauty blender, I feel like my beauty blender soaks it up a lot. So that's what I like to do. Okay, so now just make sure you remember to spread it into your ears and into your neck. Alright, so the next thing I do after I put everything on with the foundation brush, I just use my damp beauty blender just to smooth everything out. I honestly feel like this is a really good, nice technique because the beauty blender doesn't soak up so much when you actually apply it directly to the beauty blender. Next thing I'm going to use is my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer and Contour, and I'm going to use the shade C8. So for C8, I'm just going to use the outer edges, just because I want, you know, I don't want my bags to show and everything. So I'm just going to use that. Then I'm going to use my Tarte Tape Shape in Light Neutral, just to use in my inner corner. And just to highlight on my nose, my forehead, and my Cupid's bow, which are places that I naturally like to highlight. So with my beauty blender, what I like to do with the excess product in the beauty blender, I like to make a line just to tap out the outer corners of my eyes, and that's how I clean up my eyeshadow. And sometimes I like to use a makeup wipe, sometimes I don't, because usually I forget to put eye cream on the bottom of my eyes, so it makes me look very dry under there. So that's, you know, that's a little tip for you guys. Just if you want to clean up your outer edges, just make sure you use your beauty blender and just take your time. So as you can see, I'm doing it here again, and I'm just taking my time, being careful. Don't be afraid to use the back of your beauty blender if you feel like you have too much concealer. Not to set my under eye, or to set my concealer everywhere I placed it. All I'm really going to do is use my Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 10 and just put it where I put my concealer. So main thing is, I like to bake my nose just to keep it matte. Bake on my smile lines so my smile lines don't show up too soon. Bake under my chin too, because I get, you know, creasing there sometimes. I've said it again and I've said it a million times, but I really don't like to bake under my eyes because I feel like it makes them look really dry. So all I really do is just dry the concealer so it doesn't crease as much. So now what I'm going to do is, while this is baking, I'm going to finish the lower lash line. Back to the Festival palette. So I'm using the shade Swag. Okay, so the pigment, you can tell, is on this side instead of on the other side where the brush has the most pigment. All I'm just using is making sure I pack tightly along the lash line and make sure I don't have, and that's how you're not gonna have any fallout. So as you can see, it connects to my outer V's on both sides. So now that I packed in the color, I'm making sure that I just seamlessly and softly blend it out. Going in with the pencil brush, all I'm going to do is use the shade and make sure the shade Spirit and the shade Carnival. And I'm just going to pack that on my lower lash line. With my MAC 217 brush, I'm just going to make sure I connect everything and blend it out in the bottom. And there you go. It's looking hella cute. Alright, last minute I decided to switch into my LA Girl gel liner, Glide On gel liner, because it's a little bit more pigmented than the ColourPop. I'm going to use my Makeup Shack T2 brush and smudge out that black. Now that I smudged it out, just go back with the color Swag and just touch up everything. Now that I'm done with my lower lash line, I'm just gonna pat my bake into my skin. So let's continue with the face. Now that I'm zoomed out, I'm gonna show you all the, you know, the usual contour, bronze, and blush. So for bronzer, I'm gonna use my Becca Sunlit bronzer in Capri Coast. I'm going to use my Morphe M527 brush. So for blush, I'm gonna use my Laura Geller Bake and Brighten blush in Peach Delight. It's a very pink, it's not as peachy as it says, but it's a very pink, cute color, so that's what I'm gonna use for blush. I love this blush and bronzer combo, and this brush is life. It makes a difference adding my blush. I'm gonna bring an oldie but a goodie. I'm going to bring back the MAC Soft and Gentle highlighter. I actually get a lot of compliments on this one, so I'm just using my Cosette S140 brush to highlight. I just think it's a really nice color because it's pink and you don't have a lot of pink going on, so I feel like it fits good. It fits my face good. So just remember, you're highlighting all the highest parts of your face, which is your cheekbones, your cupid's bow, the tip of your nose, your chin. The goal is to look as oily as you can. I'm going to finish my eyebrows and I'm going to do my lashes off camera. So I'll be right back. Okay y'all, so now I just did my lashes and finished off my eyebrows off camera. All I did was put my eyelashes, which are the Eyelures 145s. It comes in a 3-pack. Obviously I finished all of them. I'm using the shade Supernatural, one of my all-time favorite liquid lipsticks. Okay, and for my lip gloss, I use my Buxom lip gloss in the shade Melissa. It's a very nice nude glittery color, something I feel like I needed. Alright, so this is the final look. This is the look I created for EDC, including the little headband. Oh, just an FYI, these headbands I got at Claire's, and they had like a 3 for $10, and it was such a good deal because I got, what is it I got? I got this headband, I got another cute black and gold headband, cat ears, and then I got like fishnets. So it was a really good deal. And so yeah, if you want to look for cute rave accessories, go to Claire's. They have really cute shit. So yeah, if you guys like this, like, comment, subscribe, tell your homegirls, tell your mamas, tell your daddies, tell your baby mamas, tell all your friends. Tell everybody, check this video out. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys later.